Now, as a coach in the game of health and body transformation, I can definitely be one of the first people to be telling you, you need to be chasing results, you need to be chasing outcomes, and that's where you need to keep yourself focused. And the reason we want that is because we want a relentless pursuit towards the outcomes that you want. But the catch is sometimes what happens is when we have this kind of mindset of chase the goal, what happens is we sometimes forget to check in with ourselves and make sure that we're actually on the path we want to be on. Because what sometimes happens is we get so closed in and so hyper focused on trying to produce results that we forget what it was we were actually chasing. Now, that can sound a little bit counterintuitive in the respect, well, I'm chasing results, so that's the outcome I wanted. But sometimes what we do is we fail to acknowledge how we're feeling and how we're experiencing the current results that we have. So what's happening is we're chasing results, but without taking account of what's going on for us right now. And sometimes what we find is, oh shit, I'm now actually chasing results that aren't relevant to how I actually want to feel. They're relevant to the idea of getting results, and they are in the direction that I was wanting to go in at one point. But now, being a different version of me with different results and a different reality, it turns out I actually want something new now. I want something that's down a different path. But because I failed to check in with myself, because I'd kind of closed the rest of the world off and was so focused on chasing these particular results, whether in my business, my body, or my relationships, sometimes we find that we get to a point where we're actually just chasing results for the sake of getting new results. We have this idea that I need to constantly be getting more or winning more, which is fine, as long as it's relevant to what we actually want to achieve. So yes, we want to chase results, but we also want to make sure that those results are relevant to the outcome that we actually want. Let's face it, the whole game ultimately is about results. It's about making sure that the results that we get are the results that make us feel happy and fulfilled and like we're actually successful in life. And of course, for each of us, that's going to be different. We're going to have different levels of success that we're trying to reach in our body or in our business and so on. And that's fine. But we just need to make sure that sometimes we take a moment and sit back, not only to appreciate how far we've come and all of the effort that we've put in so far, but also just to take account of the facts of what's going on. Okay, well, what things are currently working for me based on what I've been doing? What things are not working for me based on what I've been doing? And are the actions that I'm currently taking going to correct those things that aren't working? And are they going to lead me to the outcomes that I now want at this new stage of life? Because as I mentioned, sometimes if we're just head down and go, we can kind of lose sight of what we actually want or what things we might want now that are new and different to what we previously wanted, and therefore just get lost in this rabbit hole of results, but they're results that aren't actually leading to happiness, fulfillment, or the level of life that we actually want and the type of life that we actually want. So we need to just check in with that. So my question for you guys today is, where are you right now? What's working for you? What's not working for you? What things can you do differently tomorrow to take you to where you actually want to go? Now, I asked that question because some of us or some of you will find that actually this isn't the route I want to go down. It's not that these things are bad, but they just aren't necessarily relevant to where I now want to go in life. So just check in with yourselves. And then one other question I would have you ask yourself based on where you're at in your journey so far is, what have I learned about myself? Now, we can look at this in a broad sense. Okay, well, over the past 12 months, what have I learned about myself and the way I show up for me? What does that tell me? What's the lesson I've learned about me that I can now carry forward? Or, of course, we can bring it down more into the micro and look at it. Maybe what have I learned about myself in the last month and how I've been showing up, or throughout this year so far? And of course, we can do this based on a weekly or daily basis too. But either way, check in with yourself. What's working? What's not? What do I need to do differently? And what have I learned about myself? Those are our 4 key questions that we need to ask, ideally on a daily basis, but if not, at least weekly. And just check in and make sure that the path you're on and the results you're chasing are actually relevant to the outcomes that you want. And if not, it's time to do something about it. Thanks for watching, people. As always, I appreciate your time, and I look forward to chatting with you in my next video.